really, and if I put it out for you, it's the fight between the United States and the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Iran has been a proxy for CCP for a long time. And the strike you witnessed in the last, I would say, 5-6 days since the IDF, started barrage of missile attack on Iran, basically, it's very exciting, not only for the Iranian people, but also for the Chinese people who have been oppressed by this most powerful dark power in the world. And I can tell you the last week's strike has basically took out 1/3 of the proxy forces that deployed and mobilized by the Chinese Communist Party in its goal and objective in confronting the United States. So, excuse me.
It's okay.
Let me clear my voice.
No, you're good.
I think it's a celebration. Yes. A lot of Americans that did not realize, because they don't have the frame of reference. They don't know that CCP has been basically waging war against the United States. That's not a fact that everybody agree, right? That people still saying, "Oh, China is our partner. Why do you do this?" No, the CCP has been planning and attacking you long time ago. It's just you don't recognize it because they didn't come at you with missiles and drones and gunpowders. They come at you with fentanyl, with infiltration, with stealing your election, with sow discord, explore your racial political tension, and let Americans kill Americans, and flooding your country with nearly 20 million illegal immigrants and sending all those chaoses. And on top of it, they're seizing opportunities to do more damage to you at any time. They could launch another bioweapon attack on you. And this is why you saw the two researchers caught, recently, bringing biological materials. You think this has all happened on its own? No, this is a very calculated, meticulously executed plan that Miles Gore told America in 2017. October 5th, it's called 3F strategy. And he warned America, he said, the dark cloud brought by the CCP kleptocracy and the kleptocrats families are coming. And you will experience losses and 10 times, 100 times, or even 1,000 times of the 911 that you have experienced. And you need to be careful, and you need to prepare. And he said that like 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And this is everything happened. If you're looking back, what happened to your election, 2020 stolen election, and right now just this new information coming forward.
That China, how involved? Yes, go ahead, please. This is so important.
Verify this strategy, which is foment weaknesses, foment chaoses, and foment the eventual destruction of the United States. This is how they're fighting the war, but a lot of people doesn't recognize it. So I can tell you, by bombing the Iran right now, completely eliminating their nuclear capacity, you are helping the United States and the world to basically, this is acting the best deterrence to the CCP, because really President Trump is showing the muscle, and the entire alliance of the West is basically telling the evil dictator, back off, or you will be the next Ayatollah or the dictator.
Well, and interesting. So Khamenei says he won't surrender, and so he's the puppet, right? He's the puppet for Xi Jinping, and he warns that the U.S. If they continue, it'll be irreparable damage. And they're warning the U.S. The Ayatollah to not intervene. And then at the same time, Xi Jinping comes out and says, "We oppose any act that infringes upon the sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity of other countries." Like somehow they're above all this or not part of it. And then he adds that the escalation is not in the common interest of the international community. So in a subtle way, Xi Jinping is saying, back off Israel, back off U.S., without saying it. And it's exactly what you're saying, Ava, is it's very subtle. And if you're and again, because the U.S. isn't shooting at China with bullets, you don't understand that these are surrogates. And Israel had to do what they had to do to protect their their existence. And and this is the richest part for me. This is where all the alarms go off, because Xi Jinping said this morning that he was reiterating his call for de-escalation, and said that Beijing is ready to play.
Don't believe a word.
I don't know.
Don't believe a word. He's
play a constructive role in restoring stability to the Middle East, because we've had no stability in the Middle East for as long as I've been alive, and so now Xi Jinping is going to come in, one of the greatest oppressors of people in the world. He's going to be the one to restore order in the Middle East. Like it's almost laughable. It isn't. It's not.
That's right.
Okay.
It is. They're lying and cheating. They're just creating all those narratives, right? Because part of the battlefront is the psychological warfare and media warfare, right? So they have to come out as appear to be the responsible regime. But actually, you have to look at what they've done covertly. Just the other day, actually, this is the news that you sent it to me, about a cargo, right, from Epoch Times.
Yes.
There's other media outlets already reported, and we already noticed that, because they are secretly basically supporting. Remember, I can tell you, this is not intel, because a lot of you can Google it. You can even find, since early 1980s, the CCP has helping Iranian to build their nuclear capacity.
Yes.
Okay, talk about weapons proliferation. Talk about the weapons of mass destruction proliferation. The CCP is number one power doing that. They are doing this, and particularly when they're helping is Iran, because they know how important Iran is in terms of their overall takeover of the global, like a geopolitical chessboard. They understand that, and I will explain to you, not only geopolitically, economically, but also cognitively. Okay, because remember, this is psychological warfare as well. And economically, they're so tied together with Iran's oil and cheap oil, because everywhere they go to buy the oil, they're paying a premium price. Only Iran gives them the discounted oil. Okay, because why? You would say, why Iran gives the CCP discounted oil is because the regime, the mullah, the autocratic, the theocratic regime are completely in the hands of the CCP.
Right.
Why? The banking system, their financial, their assets, hiding in Chinese banks, Hong Kong. Basically, they are a puppet of completely controlled